Hello, Western Washington, and happy Saturday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the difficult forecast for the next couple of days with the Arctic air and potential snow. So let's start here with the satellite imagery. You can see all these areas of clouds. These are all showers moving off the coast and moving into Western Washington. With air a little bit colder, snow or rain-snow mix is possible in many of these showers. However, as we're going to about midday here, temperatures are getting into the mid to upper 30s, and it's getting more difficult to get any snow falling with these showers. However, that could change through the overnight hours and especially into Sunday and Monday. So let's also take a look here at the current radar. You can see that we have some of those showers moving into the Puget Sound area. Right now it is about 11:30 a.m. So you can see we have some of those showers moving into the Puget Sound area. This one, I believe, did bring some snow by the Bremerton Airport, not accumulating, just falling. And that's kind of what we're going to see through the rest of today here. You can see a couple bands of heavier showers that could be moving through the area over the next few hours. We'll take a look at that in a minute here. This was 7:50 a.m. at my house in Federal Way area here. You can see it got some briefly heavy snow, and it was sticking to some of the side streets, and you can see on some of the non-road surfaces it was sticking as well. Probably was about a tenth of an inch at my house this morning. So you can see here, we're looking at the Arctic air here on the European model, and you can see this is the latest European model. See how far offshore this Arctic air gets as we go into Tuesday? That just makes it a lot more difficult to get widespread snow here in Western Washington. So this is going to be mainly an event that is based on showers and where different bands of snow set up. So it's really going to be a nowcasting situation, and nowcasting is really when we are kind of just watching the radar and basing our forecasts off that and what's going to happen. You can see how that Arctic air that polar lobe hangs out offshore and doesn't really pivot inland. That really is just going to allow, it's going to have this, you're going to have this upper level low just sitting off the coast, and that's going to swing showers in here, but it's not necessarily going to be super cold with that. So let's take a look at that forecast here from the European model. You can see as we go through this afternoon, it is showing rain showers in the lowlands and then some snow potentially mixing in. But take a look as we go through tonight. You have this convergent zone across parts of Snohomish County, southern Whidbey Island maybe, and then as we go into Sunday morning, you can see with this upper level low offshore, it's just spinning these showers inland. Look at some of this snow on the coast Sunday morning, and then that starts to potentially spread inland Sunday morning there before likely changing over to rain for some of the area by the afternoon, and then changing possibly back to snow. You can see some potentially heavy snow across parts of Whatcom County there going all the way into early Monday morning. Snow continues on the coast at times with showers in the lowlands and potentially some more bands of snow and then mixing into rain there for some of the area on Monday morning. And then you can see as we go through Tuesday morning, potentially some more bands of snow moving through. This could, by Wednesday morning, could potentially impact the Portland area a little bit more. Maybe another band of snow spreading up across Western Washington there on Wednesday. And then as we go into Thursday, you can see atmospheric river activity across parts of Oregon and California, bringing some big snows to those areas, including off toward Idaho there. And then maybe another storm as we go into Saturday, but that's looking really, really, really far out with this type of a forecast. Totally uncertain by that point. This is the European model looking at total snow through Friday. And you can see that I'm not going to go in depth on these exact amounts because that will change, but you can see it's highlighting some areas of heavier snow for the lower mainland of British Columbia, including Vancouver, BC. That extends down into Whatcom County, parts of Skagit and Snohomish counties as well. Maybe some snow on the San Juans there. And then take a look at some of the coasts, like out by Quileute and Forks and some areas north of Ocean Shores, Hoquiam there. You could get some decent snowfall amounts there along US 101 and some of those western slopes of the Olympic Mountains as those showers just move inland constantly, especially on Sunday and Monday with that upper level low offshore. And then you can see in the lowlands, we're kind of looking at a snow shadow here for parts of the northeast Olympic Peninsula, and then from basically Seattle north through Everett, parts of Whidbey Island, because there's going to be predominantly southerly flow, which is why we're really counting on those low temperatures to bring snow in those heavy showers. And that the Olympic Mountains block this flow, which is allowing some potentially higher snowfall totals to show up basically from Seattle southward through Tacoma and toward Olympia, and then southward through parts of southwest Washington toward Portland. So let's take a look at this on a higher resolution scale. This is the NAM high resolution model on the left and the high resolution rapid refresh high resolution forecast on the right. So we have this timed out to about 11 a.m. here, and you can see that both forecasts show some heavier bands of rain, snow, showers. They're moving into the area around 1 to 2 p.m. You can see some of these showers, they'll start as rain, bring down the temperature, which brings down the snow level, and then could end up as snow across some of the area. So we have to watch that closely. You can see convergent zone activity this evening around the Everett area potentially, and then we just start to have snow showers move through, and you can see as we go into early Sunday morning, high-resolution rapid refresh has some pretty heavy snow bands moving through parts of Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle, up toward Everett, and then up by Whidbey Island there as well. The NAM doesn't have as much of that, has more isolated showers, has some showers potentially moving through there early Sunday morning across parts of western Washington there. You can see that kind of stretches from near Kelso there all the way up toward Arlington, and you see a similar thing on the high resolution rapid refresh here. So Sunday morning is a decent chance for snow across the region, but temperatures are going to play a big part in that. You can see showers continue to move through all the way through Sunday into Monday. These could be snow showers, they could have brief rain-snow mix, then change back to snow, or they could be all rain for some really low elevations near the water. It's really all going to be dependent on temperatures. You can see that as we go through Monday, we continue to have these snow showers moving through at times, and that is where the high-resolution rapid refresh model ends. So taking a look at this, we're looking at total accumulation over the next 48 hours until this goes out to about 4 a.m. Monday. So there could definitely be snow still falling by the time this forecast cuts off. Starting with the NAM model here on the left, you can see again that snow shadow over parts of western Washington there, mainly from Seattle northward. You can see a band of snow from Olympia through Tacoma, maybe including Des Moines Federal Way in that, and Auburn, Enumclaw, and then out towards Snoqualmie Pass there. And you can see then you have that snow on the coast, 2 to 4 inches potentially, could be more than that along the northern Washington coast. Decent snow between Olympia and Aberdeen there, and then you can see some areas of snow along the Kitsap Peninsula, south through Olympia toward Kelso there, about 1 inch to 2 inches maybe. Then take a look at some of the higher forecast potential across Whatcom County there, with anywhere from 2 to 8 inches possible across Whatcom County. And then you can see here on the high resolution rapid refresh model, it shows us a little bit more widespread snow, with areas from Seattle southward to Olympia getting anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, highest around Tacoma there. You can see Kitsap Peninsula getting some decent snow with the showers moving through on this forecast. The northern coast getting up to 4 or 5 inches with this, but it shows less for Whatcom County, which is a little bit interesting. And then from Olympia southward to about Kelso, it shows anywhere from 2 to 6 inches. So you can see that there are definitely some disagreements between these forecasts. However, the thing to keep in mind is that the high-resolution rapid refresh here on the right is snowier, and the NAM here on the left is not as snowy, but they show snow for the same areas. So it's kind of giving us a good consensus on where that snow hole could be, per se, from kind of Whidbey Island down to about Seattle there, and where you could have a little bit more enhanced snow from Seattle westward toward the Kitsap Peninsula, then southward toward Longview and Kelso there, and then out on the coast as well. So I'll definitely be posting some updates about this and posting radar loops and stuff like that, especially on my Facebook group, Western Washington Weather, and then on my Blue Sky and Twitter accounts as well, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Let's take a look at the temperatures. We're looking at 24-hour minimum temperatures, so because it is going to start getting colder here Sunday morning. You can see lows across western Washington in the upper 20s to low 30s. You can see here we get down to about 29 to 30 across areas from Seattle south to Olympia. Pretty marginal there. Same up toward Everett, and then up toward Bellingham, even pretty marginal. You got those lows around 29 to 32 degrees. However, that can bring really heavy wet snow because the snow is just on the verge of melting, and that can bring some disruptive accumulations. As we go to Monday morning there, you can see those temperatures get a little bit colder. You're down to about the mid-20s for areas Seattle southward, and then with some of that Fraser River outflow there, you can see You got some lows down into the upper teens to low 20s for the Bellingham area, and mid 20s there for Skagit and Snohomish counties. And then you still in the 30s there, or in Whidbey Island there, and then you can see on the coast even dropping into the upper 20s. As we go into Tuesday morning, you can see we cool down even more, with most of the region dropping into the upper teens to low 20s, except on the coast in the mid 20s to low 30s there. You can see Bellingham down in the upper teens there, and even Seattle. Take a look at downtown Seattle there, potentially in the low to mid 20s. Outlying areas from Seattle southward, including Tacoma there, could be in the upper teens to low 20s Tuesday morning. And you take a look at Wednesday morning, we do get even colder. Bellingham, Whatcom County in the mid-teens there, 18 in downtown Bellingham. You can see Seattle potentially in the low 20s. And then outlying areas like the foothills, including like Enumclaw and those areas, could be down in the mid-teens. Even JBLM, they're showing up at 22 degrees. And then those very cold temperatures continue from Olympia southward as well. And then as we go into Thursday morning, we start to warm up a little bit more there. But you can see that still areas from Everett northward with those lows in the mid-teens, possibly mid to upper teens. And then Everett southward, they're near the water, you'll be in the mid-20s. You can see again mid-20s in Seattle. And then from Seattle southward, lows in the low to mid-20s. And then Olympia southward, though, you could be in the upper 20s to low 30s, but we may have some additional precipitation moving through at this time as well, which could possibly be snow. And then as we go off into the extended forecast, I'm not going to look at this right now, but there are more potentials for cold weather. So right now we're looking at the European model Ensemble, and we're looking at total snow in a 24-hour period. So you can see that there's not really a consensus on when the heaviest potential snow is, but you can see the ensembles do show that, kind of highlighting that Sunday into Monday time frame here in Seattle for some potential more steady snow at SeaTac Airport. There you can see as we go out toward Thursday, a little bit more scattered on potentials, and then as we go out toward the rest of the forecast period, there's a bunch of different solutions that keep showing some different snow events, but this is obviously super messy and you cannot glean any useful information from that. Now taking a look at Bellingham, and you can see European model is very set on that Sunday into Monday time frame for some pretty heavy snow potentially at Bellingham there. You can see before we get there over the rest of today into Sunday there, you can see there is snow potential, but really Sunday night into Monday, there could be some pretty heavy snow at times for Whatcom County and surrounding areas, including Vancouver, BC, in that as well. And then take a look at this. This is Quileute Airport, so this is out by Forks, and you can see really heavy snow possible there with that upper level low just spinning those showers on shore. And this is looking like an event for tomorrow, then on Sunday, with some decent snowfall totals possible. I mean, on the higher end of things out there on the North Washington coast, you could be looking at 5 plus inches, maybe 8 plus inches. And on the lower end, you're looking at more like 2 to 4 inches. But this is noteworthy considering the European model is showing some of these heavier snow totals out on the North Washington coast there, because that is not an area that is really used to getting big snow. And then also I had this on here. We're just taking a look at the temperatures. We can actually take a look at this on the deterministic run and take a look at the latest version here. You can see Bellingham there, you're getting down to some highs in the 20s, highs in the mid-20s, lows in the low 20s, upper teens possibly. And see how, as we go out into the extended here, how Bellingham remains super cold, and you have some really, really low morning lows there out into like the middle of February. Take this with a grain of salt. These temperatures are probably not going to be exactly what happens, but this is just showing that there is potential for that cold to linger over the next couple of weeks, and so it's something we need to watch. So please be aware of that, folks. And then you can see Hoquiam, and that we're going to skip by that because that forecast has changed since then. So, as always, be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. I'm only about 25 subscribers away from reaching 1,000, which would be a super cool milestone to reach here. Thanks to everyone who watched my live stream from Snoqualmie Pass yesterday. That was pretty fun to do. Please be sure to like and subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. You can also follow me on Blue Sky, on Twitter or X there, and on the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. And this Facebook group is a great place to share your observations, what you're seeing live at your place, and post that in there so everyone can see that. Also want to say shout out on my Twitter or X account there. I just reached 3,000 followers this morning at about 6 years to the day since starting my account. So thank you all for following along on there as well. The links to all of these are in the description below. I will be very active on social media over the next few days with all of this snow potential. So stay tuned and I will talk to you all later.